him perfectly. Okay, all right, you guys. We're trying to set up some audio connections here. We apologize for that, but we thank you for joining us here this afternoon. We've got, of course, a live update from our MyRadar studios. Want to let you know what's going on as we head into these next couple hours with severe weather. And of course, what we've been trying to do today is track the severe weather. And in the field, of course, is Aaron Jayjack. I'm not sure if we're ready to take him yet, but I will follow your lead, Damien, if you want to show me if he is. Okay, great. So he can hear me. So Aaron, I hear you are in Loop, Texas. You've had to move twice now because of this severe warn storm that you're on, and it's got hail. You said you could hear the hail, so we think you're now in a safe location. Tell us what's going on with you.
Yeah, so I'm just east of Loop, Texas. We got the supercell, it's severe warn supercell. I'm looking at now, I can see the rotation in the base of the cloud here. Earlier, I could hear the hail that was falling out of this storm. I can hear the lightning, and it's a beautiful storm here. And it's really the only storm in the area. It's not a big risk day today. There isn't really that much. Like yesterday was a much bigger severe day. So, but the funny thing is this storm is following the same track as the storm that I chased yesterday. That ended up producing a weak tornado just to the west of Lubbock. And I went through the Lubbock area. It was tornado warned, and I chased that storm through the downtown, the south end of Lubbock. And eventually, as I got east of Lubbock, it dissipated and it weakened. But right now, I'm just enjoying this. It's kind of a casual, easy chase day today. Just this one storm. It's real peaceful out here. Rumbles of thunder and lots of lightning, and just kind of enjoying myself out here right now.
And Aaron, as you talked about, you were on a pretty big storm yesterday that, as you mentioned, that was near Lubbock. I think it was in Hoffingworth, and we have video of that. We have video of the funnel. Can you walk us through this particular storm and this particular tornado as you were chasing it yesterday near Lubbock?
Yeah, so this is the same supercell as I was chasing yesterday. I was mentioning that's following the same track that I'm in today. And this right here it's on the west side of Lubbock, and the funnel started coming down. The tornado sirens were going off in town. I saw lots of people. It seemed like there was a little bit of panic. People trying to drive out of the way as it's a scary looking cloud, right? It looks like a tornado is an imminent tornado. I didn't see any ground contact with this particular funnel, but this is the same storm as I mentioned, just a little bit further west of this location. It produced a weak tornado. I was right there next to it. Saw the spin up. I got some video of that. And I had a little bit of a funnel coming down when I was right underneath it. It was a very cool experience to be right underneath the base of that rotating storm, see that thing rotating, and the rain curtains wrapping around, and then a little bit of a spin up on the ground. And so that's not, like I said, there's not much of a chance for this type of tornado, or for tornadoes today. But I'm out here tracking these storms anyway, and you can see back here behind me, there's dirt blowing here. There's the storm's rotating, and the RFD, the rear flank downdraft, whips around and blows up dirt. And like I said, it's a pretty peaceful day out here today.
Well, before you came on, before you had to move, as you know, we saw a pretty cool, either it was a gust tornado, you said, or a land spout that was way off in the distance. And I guess because it's so dry out there, like you said, off that rear flanking downdraft, you get some of that spin up. So you suspect you'll see a few more of those tonight as you're tracking those storms?
Yeah, I think that's mainly what we're going to see tonight is those little gust tornadoes. And I saw another one, a little smaller one, just off of the road here a little bit ago. So there's lots of, anytime you get a supercell that's rotating like this, you get lots of vorticity underneath the base of it. When that RFD, that rear flank downdraft comes around, and you got inflow coming into the storm, they can spin up they're like little dust devils looking things, but they can be pretty neat. Sometimes they can grow quite big. I've seen land spouts that they can be EF0, EF1 damage, or they get strong enough and big, beautiful, photogenic looking thing that's descending down from the cloud base. So maybe we'll see one of those today. I know there's also a chance for land spouts. The SPC's got a 2% tornado risk for land spout type tornadoes a little bit to the north here, just west of Amarillo on the New Mexico-Texas border. So it's the time of the year here. It's May, and you got the dry line here, and pretty much every day you can almost get storms firing here in the West Texas Panhandle. Now tis the season. This is when the atmosphere wants to produce supercells.
Absolutely, and then they're so photogenic, as you have mentioned several times, because there's so much land there. You have lots of times to safely track them. So, Aaron, thank you for joining us today. Sorry that we had to move twice because weather, of course, was headed your way. So we'll look forward to seeing your video, of course, throughout tonight and over these next couple of days as you're chasing weather. And We know the risk is a little bit low on the low side over these next couple of days, but as you mentioned, maybe we'll see some other video that I'm sure will not disappoint our user base. So again, Aaron Jayjack reporting live for us near Loop, Texas. Aaron, thanks so much.
Yep, you're welcome. See you guys.
All right, Aaron. So what we're going to do now, you guys, we'll shift gears and we'll take a look at Texas with the MyRadar app where Aaron is. And as I mentioned, there is several areas we've been watching today. The Storm Prediction Center, as Aaron mentioned, does have a tornado risk out today, a slight risk. And as we take a look at the app, you can see that there's several counties here. This goes up for another 4.5 hours. So several of these in Texas and well into this evening. And then, of course, there's up the road here a severe thunderstorm watch that also extends into parts of Arkansas. That's also got about 4 hours left on it. So as we head through these next several hours, that particular line there that extends all the way from Arkansas down into Texas will be the area that we'll be focused on. So far, those have not reached severe levels, but there's also this secondary cluster down here that I do think could have the potential for some pretty rough weather. So we'll see how that plays out. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that. And just a quick pan out of the rest of the country. The other big notable exceptions with weather is the fire weather in the southwestern parts of the state. It's been so dry out there and the winds have been pretty high. The fire weather watch is up for these several areas in the southwest. And then, of course, we got some other winter weather advisories. Can you believe this? Out in these western states in the high plains that will go up until Friday. So all kinds of weather, you guys, as we roll through this month of May. Let's shift gears yet again and take you to some live cameras. So we are partners with WeatherStem. They have cameras across the country. So we love to show you what is developing live in the area as we go in these live updates. So our first camera is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And again, you can see this video, or this live stream, I should say, shows those dark skies. Now, Louisiana got inundated with rain yesterday. I'm going to talk more about that in just a second, but they still have dark clouds in Baton Rouge today. More rain in the forecast for those folks as well, unfortunately. And our next one is out of Denton County, Texas. This is at the Texas Women University. And earlier today, when I grabbed this camera, that was coming down in buckets. It's a little better now, but again, steady, heavy rain expected for several parts of this area of the country as we head through the next several hours. And potentially, we could, we could see some flooding rain as we get into the next couple of hours as well. So that's all the things that we're going to be keeping an eye out for as we head through tonight. So let me show you some of that video out of Lake Charles. So this comes to us again via Twitter, and this is unbelievable, the amount of flooding rain they got. The National Weather Service said the rain that they got yesterday almost paralleled what would be equivalent to 2 landfalling hurricanes in one day. So they got about 17 inches of rain near Lake Charles, and of course that flooded everything out there. There were water rescues. There was a flash flood warning for the Lake Charles for West Jefferson County and surrounding parishes in Louisiana. And it was a nightmare for those folks. Our next video out of Finette, Texas, yet again here also about 12 to 17 inches of rain. Some of those rain totals were about 3 inches in just 1 hour. So of course the ground can't handle that type of precip that close together, and that's what you get is these flooding conditions. Finette has been a victim, if you will, of flash floods since 2017, where they have had serious flooding problems. And of course, this was the last thing that we wanted to see those folks get, but nonetheless, that is also what they had to deal with. And our last little video, or is actually a photo, this is from a MyRadar user, Savannah Hahn, and she is showing her tennis ball size hail that came out of Snyder, Texas. Snyder actually reported multiple hailstorms that were producing at least tennis ball size hail, if not larger. So you can see that that would put quite a hurt on you if you're out trying to get involved with that. Fortunately, she was not injured, but there was certainly many areas that were reporting vegetation damage, and of course some cars get damaged when the hail is that big. So here's what's going on as we take a look at the maps here. So you can see again, we've got our watches and warnings outlined there, the tornado watch in red, the severe thunderstorm watch in yellow. Everything lifting north now in that dry line area that Aaron was talking about. In terms of the risk, it's about 10 million people at a slight risk, and there's about 24 million people at a marginal risk. Now, of this particular line of weather, again, we think the larger concern, at least today, will be large hail and high winds and the flooding rains, because remember, Texas and Louisiana have already been socked in with a ton of rain in the last 48 hours. So any more rain they get is not going to be welcome. And as you look at these accumulated totals, they're pretty impressive, you guys. Anywhere from 5 to 10 to even more. This is actually updated since I ran this product this morning. So up to over a foot, as I mentioned, in some of these pockets where you see like that white, that's just to the east of Houston. Again, right along the state line of Texas and Louisiana is where a lot of this rain was over a foot to up to 17 inches. Just dangerous, dangerous stuff. And so sad to see in Lake Charles because, of course, they're still trying to repair from Hurricane Laura. Several of the videos that we have seen on social media shows homes and businesses that are still trying to repair from that hurricane. And then, of course, they got all this flooding rain that came in yesterday, and they have more possibly today and into tomorrow. So, of course, thoughts are with those folks as they try and get out of what has been a terrible situation. Here's a look at Futurecast, and again, as we head through the remainder of tonight into tomorrow, another batch of storms will be crossing right over the Central Plains, mid-south, and headed over into Louisiana and Mississippi. This storm system should eventually push out of here by the weekend, but it's going to be several more days. So the rain totals, look at this, are pretty impressive as we head through the next 72 hours. Another 5 to 7 inches cumulatively between now and the end of the week, and then 1 to 3 up there in the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma up into Kansas as well. And those numbers could change as we even get further along here. We'll keep you updated on that. Also, if you were not aware, you guys, on March 15th, the National Hurricane Center started issuing the tropical weather outlook. We've been talking about them every day in the fast forecast, but if you haven't caught it, we will be talking about these until November 30th. The National Hurricane Center started issuing this product 2 weeks earlier than normal because the month of May proved to be pretty busy and wasn't following the typical hurricane season calendar where you would start on June 1. So we are watching everything for you and keeping you updated as we head into these next several months. And officially, the start of hurricane season, of course, is June 1st, but we'll see if anything tries to develop before that. Look at the forecast map here. Here's our cold front. Again, a stalled front. In between that is that dry line that Aaron was talking about. And again, that sector could produce another round of hail and strong thunderstorms tomorrow, possibly into Thursday. I think the dynamics are getting a little more favorable for this to be a less intense system. But of course, we will let you know if that does, in fact, change. All right, you guys, before we scoot out of here, we got to talk about Feel Good Friday. And we've got a cute one today. This is Laui Manawi. I hope I said that right. It's a cute cat nonetheless. And this one, rolling in the dirt, trying to cool off, has his own Instagram page. And a lot of people follow Laui Manawi. So you can follow him or her. Actually, I didn't check if it was a him or her. I apologize. But they're on Instagram and loving life. They're rolling around in the dirt. All right. Well, as we always try to remind you guys that it is also giveaway time here at MyRadar. Every time we hit a milestone of 10,000 new subscribers, we give away a phone. So up next is 80,000 subscribers. We are knocking on that door, you guys. So close to getting that benchmark, and then we'll give away an iPhone 12 or a Google Pixel 5. And all you have to do is subscribe to our channel. If you're already subscribed, make sure you have your family, your aunts, your uncles, your grandmas, your grandpas, anybody that will subscribe, and you guys are all entered to win. We look cumulatively, it's just not from new subscribers. Anyone that is subscribed to the channel has a chance to win a phone. All right, I think that is going to do it for this edition of our live update here in the MyRadar studios. We're going to continue to watch the weather for you tonight, you guys, and over these next couple of days. And by the way, just a little housekeeping note, make sure you stay tuned. In the coming weeks, we will have a special hurricane series that will be launching on June 1st, the first day of hurricane season, and we'll have more on that in the next week or so. For now, stay safe, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see you here soon.